through the last two plays, not only Tyler, but then also defending a play at the end, sort of like the Detroit game also. Just sort of take us through those two actions. Did you get exactly what you want? How did it play out?
Yeah, we got the ball to Tyler, which is not a foregone conclusion, against this team, or I should say the way this game was going. This was a total throwback '90s game for both sides. It felt like both teams had 25 plus turnovers, but you want to see two teams competing hard. This was one of those games. Nobody was giving any inch of ground, defensively. So we were able to get him the ball, get him a little bit of space, and then he was able to take it, to a spot and elevate. And he made three big shots, and going down the stretch after struggling a little bit. That just shows you how mentally tough he is. They really game planned, to try to, wear on him and get him out of his normal comfort stuff. You have to give them credit for that. But the shot making, those three big shots were important. And then, we were able to get enough key stops. Even the stop with the tip in, it was a great stop. Thought we had the rebound, then it popped up. I thought it was going to come off on the other side, and then I was shocked when it went in. It was just one of those nights. It felt like we were playing the entire night, 15 down. I don't know if it was our best win this year, but it was definitely our toughest win this season. We showed, the most grit, collective grit, the most mental toughness, tonight to be able to find a way to win.
It kind of seemed fitting that after the way Saturday ended, and then you get down 14-0 tonight, that it's just another weird.
Yeah.
Don't get I guess the moral don't get a big lead.
No, that's why you have to develop grit. You have to develop mental toughness, and it has to be collective toughness, whether you're not discouraged, where you're on each other, like holding each other accountable, setting a standard for how we want to play, and when it's not good enough, finding a way to meet that standard. Whether it's kind or not kind. And it was frustrating, throughout the majority of the game. And, hopefully that's a lesson, not only for the young guys, but our team in general, that really the ultimate deal is just to find a way to win. And sometimes that gets lost, in this league with all the scoring and all the stats and all that stuff. It's really about finding a way to get the W.
I know it's not about the scheme, but how do you feel like the zone affected down the stretch?
This was by any means necessary. It was whatever. Like, it could have been our man, it could have been zone. We had to get stops. It's never the scheme. It's whatever gets us in the mentality to do tough things. I'm game for it. Whatever you want to do. We want to go 5. We want to go zone. Like, I don't care. Do tough things. Do things that are going to win basketball games. Particularly on the defensive end. And we had the steals, we had the deflections, we had the tough plays, we had some blockouts. It happened to be in our zone, but some nights we're getting torched in the zone, and we have to go to, our man is the one that does it. But the fortitude is something that I was encouraged to see.
Jaime's play, it's been an uneven season, but 5 steals, making the threes, which I know was so important for him to see the ball go through. Your thoughts on his performance?
Yeah, it's not about, the threes necessarily. The reason we drafted him and the reason he's had success over the course of his college career and last year is he does winning things. And sometimes that can get clouded. It's normal in this league. Everybody has narratives and expectations, and, it's the last line in that box score. Unfortunately, he's at his best when he's filling up a lot of the things in the box score or not in the box score. And he just did a lot of winning things tonight. And I think the steals, deflections, the momentum plays, I think fueled his offense and just gave him a lot of confidence on that other end. And, he's a big-time X factor for us. He's putting together a healthy stretch for us right now, so I think that's probably been the biggest key more than anything else. It's just getting healthy, getting in rhythm. The more games he plays, usually the better he plays.
And then another name, what Alex did for you,
Yeah,
you know,
big
professional scorer there, obviously
time.
that's what he does.
Big time. You know, when you're facing a defense like this, where they were so keyed in on Tyler, you know, we needed other options. So that's why Jaime's, you know, shot making was important. Terry at certain points in that second half was really important, and Alec is used to that role, you know, where you can run actions, you know, to him, and he knows what to do, you know, and he doesn't get sick at sea, you know, as we like to say. He's just a really smart, heady, veteran, poised player, and he knows how to put the ball in the basket, but he also does a lot of right things, you know, defensively, and it's really just paying attention. You know, that's a skill. Paying attention, you know, doing the job that's you're asked to do. You know, that a lot of people really struggle with that.
Tyler, there have probably been times in his first 5 or 6 years that in that situation he would have pulled up, taken a three, not taking the play that was there for him. Is this just another sign of growth and maturity?
I'm not totally sure on that, Tim, because I remember whatever it was 2 years ago. OKC, he got to that spot. He's had other times where he's gotten to the spot, but you know, I think it was the 3 buckets going down the stretch. I was encouraged to see that after having 6 turnovers. You could clearly see he wasn't in his normal rhythm that he's been in other games. And then I put him back under the 6 minute, you know, time in the fourth. So he'd been sitting for a while. To have that kind of, you know, confidence and poise to step up and, you know, basically at that point, the last 3 minutes, we were running every action, you know, through him. But that, you know, he has the guts. You know, he is a 3-level scorer, so I think that's the skill at that time. Like, you can get anything. You can go to the rim if that's what's needed. You can pull up there, or if they're sagging off, he can pull up from 3, or play make. He might have had a chance for 1 pass, and, you know, that's part of, you know, why he's a great offensive player. All right, thank you.